Welcome back. For you, hopefully it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I'm making this video a few days early just in case, and I was hoping to play some of the holiday bots on chess.com, but they don't have them this year. This is the first year that I've been playing chess online that they didn't have the holiday bots. Reindeer and Mrs. Claus and so on. They have the best of 2023, but no holiday bots. So I'm going to go back down here to where I was. David is the bot that I had trouble with the last several times. I'm just going to go on to the next one. I know I said I was going to go back, but for fun and because here it's Christmas. For you, it might be, something else. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine too. Hopefully you're out of school or off of work or something and can just enjoy me winning and or losing and or drawing to Ali. Ali is from Indonesia and hasn't been playing for long. Well, he's 1400, so maybe he's been playing longer than I have or knows more about chess than I do, but I'm going to let the computer choose the colors, and I'm just going to do my best. If you're new here, I'm not a titled player or a chess coach like other YouTubers who make videos about chess. I'm just a random person, and I'm trying to get better at this. And one of the ways that I do it is playing bots. Some people say that's not a way to improve at chess, but I have opponents that play like some of these bots, and so I think it's good practice. Let's just click the play button and see what we get. I got the white pieces. Okay, let's try e4. Okay, we're going to get the French defense. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, well, against the French, I've been playing knight to c3 and then d4. Nope, that's unusual, isn't it? I was expecting d5 here, and then I was going to play d4, and usually people take my pawn and then I take back, but the bishop blocking that pawn is unusual. I'm just going to go ahead and play d4 anyway. Okay, we've got c5. I don't know if that's an actual opening or not. All right, I guess I could take it, but then he gets to move his bishop. What if I push this pawn? I really have no idea. You know what? Let's challenge the bishop. Oh, the bishop went back. Okay. Well, what do I do about that pawn? Should I take now? But then nothing's defending this pawn. So what about that? That way, if he takes mine, I can take back with the queen, I think. And then I expect this knight to come out and challenge my queen. Yeah. I think I'll put my queen all the way back now. Probably get this knight out, get this bishop out here to pin their knight, and then get my knight out and castle, maybe? Oh, let's go ahead and take that, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Maybe... Nope. Oh, they're wanting to prevent me from castling. I guess that's a thing you can do. Can I challenge the bishop this way? Where's it going to go? Drop back one? Oh, it didn't. But wait, if I take it, then the queen comes here and prevents me from castling. My. Maybe I won't castle then. Or maybe I should load up on it. Like come here and force them to defend that pawn. But then while the knight's sitting there, I can put this bishop behind it and point at their bishop or something. Oh, now they can just push that pawn. Oh, they took. Okay. I was surprised that they took there. Now I can castle, I think. And then finally get this bishop out. They've aimed at my rook. I should move it over one, right? Just one? Or should I move it up? I think I'll just move it over one, I guess. Okay, that's fair. Coming after the knight. I can put the knight in there for the time being, I think. Maybe in a second I can work on getting some pawns up there. Okay. The queen has gone to e7. Or wait, I can just go ahead and challenge the bishop now, and I think it needs to go away a little bit. Okay. And I'd like to get the dark squared bishop out, but that's what I was thinking about, but that's when their dark squared bishop was over here. I think maybe now I can go here and work on this pawn. I might have to bring the knight back to help defend that square, and making sure I'm okay to get my queen out of danger. That didn't seem like a really good move to me. I'm just going to push my pawn up, and then the bishop's going to go back. Or maybe they were expecting me to take and I didn't. Maybe I was supposed to take there. Well, now I'm going to take it, right? Let's see. It's the only piece on my side of the board. The pawns are controlling a few squares on my side, right? But their bishop's the only piece actually on my side. And if I take it, what's going to happen? They're going to take back with the pawn, and then I will take back with the queen. I think I'll get a bishop and a pawn for my pawn, I think. Oh, they're trying to line up something tricky. That's pretty special. But I'm going to move my bishop out of the way. And then if they do take with the pawn, I'm going to take it. And this bishop here, not only, the reason I'm doing that is to be protected by the rook and to help protect the knight. I think that's the best plan here. And then I will, yeah, this. I think I'm doing okay. What? I probably wouldn't have put my queen there. So I have a feeling that Ali may be doing the same thing that David did in the first game that I played David. David just kind of self-destructed, and I won that first one easily and then and then lost the next 3. Maybe that's what Ali is doing here. Or maybe Ali genuinely didn't have a better option. But yeah, that's protected. So I think I could just like throw the knight away, right? If need be. Where else can the queen go from there? It's going to have to move because I know my king is in that line too, but let's just see. See if I can pick up a pawn there. Okay, the queen came back. All right, well, I could challenge it again, or I could pick off that pawn. I don't want to get it too far over there, and then it just, it ends up getting trapped, right? Once I pick off that pawn, well, then their king has to move. Their king has to go somewhere. But then I'm going to have trouble getting the knight out. So I should probably put it back first, or should I check? Because I don't want to just lose it. But for 2 pawns, I was a piece ahead anyway, right? I take that pawn, they can go toward it, and then I don't have any safe place to run with it. Even if I were to check, say with the bishop, then they would just take the knight, right? And I can't come here. I guess, you know what? I can give up the knight for another pawn. The problem with that is it opens up the rook, and the queen's already pointed over there. Ooh, I don't know if that's good. But their king will be on the run, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to take that pawn. If they move the king like I expected, then I'm going to go ahead and take another pawn. And yeah, I know that lets the rook out, but I'm going to check. Or should I try to keep this bishop close? Or should I try to aim for the rook immediately? You know what? I kind of like the bishop where it is right now. The bishop is safe. It's also doing a little bit of a job. If I check, that's an empty threat. The king can just go back or come out. I'm going to drop my queen right in here, which isn't really a threat on the rook because they're just going to move it. But now I can advance this pawn, threaten the rook again with the bishop, and then maybe advance the next pawn. So let's try that. Okay, the rook moved again. Now this pawn is hanging, unless I defend it, which I can. I can attack the rook and defend that pawn at one time. So let's do that. Okay, it's moved again. See, now I could check. These pawns are getting pretty close. What happens if I push this forward? I don't think they'll take, because then I'll take with check and win their queen. So that they would just move their queen someplace. I don't know where. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's do that. They put 2 here. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't have moved that e pawn then. They're not quite lined up perfectly yet, but they're getting close. And they're definitely going to be able to get this pawn. So you know what? Let's go ahead and take that one for fun. If they get this one, I will figure it out when the time comes. What can I do here? I mean, I could protect that pawn and threaten the rook at the same time, but that's starting to really open up my king. Oh, I don't know about that. But they can't quite get to my king just yet. Let's try it. Oh, they went. Ooh, interesting. Oh. Now all they have to do is just a little bit of a maneuver here. Oh, but my queen is still guarding that. Okay, Ali showed me a few signs that he was self-destructing, but I feel like he's playing really solid right now. I do like that my queen is lined up with the king, but I can't get my own pawn out of the way. Also, Ali has never moved that knight. What can I do? What can I do? Even if my c-pawn wasn't in the way, I can't check over here because their queen's in the way. Although I could force a queen trade at that point. Should I advance this pawn and hope for this? No, because I think in the meantime, he's going to do something like line up on that pawn. Okay, should I start advancing again? I could advance this, threaten the queen trade here, or force the queen trade, I should say. That would also allow my bishop to line up with the pawn to prevent this rook from coming in. So I don't know if pushing a pawn here is best or doing something else, but I don't have any checks in this position. I don't have any captures in this position. I don't think I have any threats. This is the biggest threat that I can come up with, so I'm going to do that. Oh, got out of the way of the diagonal with the king. Interesting. Do I still want to do this check then? I kind of do. But where's the king going to go? It can't come forward to the light squares. Obviously, my queen would be cutting off that entire diagonal. And my pawn is covering that one. If it dropped back to e8, I could take the knight with check. Or if I check on a2 and the king drops back to e8, then I could probably just move this bishop someplace, like threatening that rook, and then my rook is hitting their queen. And if they move to any of the dark squares to get out of check, then I can just check with the bishop and win their queen. That's my plan. I don't know that it's foolproof, but it seems pretty nice. I'm going to try it. They might just block with the queen. Oh, they blocked with the rook. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oops. Yeah, that didn't work out like I had hoped. I didn't even consider that possibility. Okay. I thought of all the places that the king could move, but I did not think of how they could block the check, and they definitely found a way. So good job, Ali. Well, now I do have a check in this position, but that's not good because I just lose my queen, right? I kind of just want to go over here and see if we can do a queen trade this way, but I have a feeling he's got a way out of that too. I think that would be okay for me. I'm going to try it. All right. I didn't expect that either. Oh my. Okay. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Where's the rook going to go? Oh, the rook took my bishop. Wait, I'm up a little bit more now. Oh, and the knight finally moved. Does that mean David thinks he needs the knight? Finally? Should I line up my rooks? What's not protected right now? That pawn's not oh, that pawn is protected unless I move my A rook. But Ali can't get to it immediately. Let's see what. Oh, that pawn is not defended. Okay, then I will push my H pawn to defend it, right? Or should I bring my king to defend it? Well, H pawn's good move anyway, I think. And then I will come here, maybe. Well, the king has run away. Can I go here, threatening that pawn? But then he's just going to move it. Oh, no, he won't, because then I'll get the knight. That's a good move, right? He can't protect both of those, I don't think. Let's try it. Oh, he didn't protect the knight. Well, I'll take it then. I'm fairly confident I have this, but I'm trying to be really careful. I'm also going to get this pawn, and now I have 4 passed pawns. Let's try to do something with all of those. I want to be able to, let's see. I want a rook behind the passed pawn, I'm pretty sure. No, you know what? I want to get rid of that pawn. Can I do that? No. I'm going to move my king over here so he doesn't have some sort of tactic here in the future and try to protect this pawn. I'm going to pick up that pawn to make it easier on myself. That's what I thought was coming. I'm okay with that. Now it's going to take a little bit before he can check me again, and he can't on that file. So he's going to try to check me right here and win this pawn. But if he checks me there, I'm just going to get in front of that pawn, I think. Let's do this. Actually, yeah, if I come closer, he gets the pawn. So I'm going to go in there, and he's going to have to go around again, I think. Not sure where he's going now, but yeah, he can't stop the pawn now. And the reason I'm getting an extra queen is because I'm not sure how to get rid of that rook with the 2 rooks that I do have. I was just trying to be really careful, and I want to not give away the queen. I will give away a rook for his rook, but I didn't want to give away the queen for it after going through all the trouble of getting it. Okay, let's see, check. And then I think I'm threatening mate here. Either one of those should be mate in whoa, whoa, whoa. That would have been stalemate, wouldn't it? If I took the rook, the king would have no legal move, so I have to take the rook this way to give the king a legal move, and then that's mate. Wow. Well, happy holidays to me. Almost gave away a stalemate on the next to last move, but I did beat the Ali bot. I'm pretty sure I made mistakes, or at least misses in this game. There were definitely times where I wasn't sure what I was doing. My main strategy in this game was twofold. One was keep it simple, the whole KISS acronym, keep it simple, silly, and making sure my things were defended and trying to see what his pieces were pointed at. And I normally don't do very well at either one of those, but I think I did okay. Well, I did all right. 79.1 isn't horrible for someone at my level. A lot of my games are between 60 and 80%, a lot of them. And so this is getting really close to 80%, so I don't feel too bad. I did have 2 mistakes and 2 misses. It looks like my misses were late and my mistakes were early. Like there's one mistake there, and I think that was David's mistake. Again, the numbers pop up so I can't quite point at it. But anyway, it looks like I had a couple mistakes at the beginning that gave David a really early advantage. My second move was a mistake, and my third, no, those are David's moves. My fourth move was a mistake. Oh yeah, that gave me an advantage. Wow. I need to learn how to read graphs and visual representations. These are my 2 mistakes here, move 4 and 12. And then my misses are much later. Okay, this is where I said I was pretty sure that's not good, and I was correct about that. And D4 was one of my better responses to it. Okay, good. And then I didn't think was a mistake. That suddenly made me think, oh wait, that's a good move. What should I have oh, knight to B5. I always miss knight to B5. But usually when I play knight to B5, I'm threatening a fork. But this time I'm just threatening the undefended bishop, so it's going to get out of the way. And then I would play bishop to F4, and then I am threatening the fork. They would have to play knight to A6 to defend against it. And then I would take this pawn. But I would have done all that setting up for a fork that can't happen. And once I took that pawn, then his bishop gets free by taking back. Oh, and then I would put my knight in there? That's what it says. That's what the little pictogram shows. After his bishop went out past it, my knight would go in behind it. Would they take it? I've got to know. Yes, they would. Oh, but then this pawn wouldn't be here, so then my queen would be in there. Oh my. Yeah, this is another time where Stockfish says, you know what? Don't worry about developing any of these minor pieces. Don't worry about castling. Just go ahead and find a way to get your queen over there as fast as possible. So again, Stockfish not caring about opening principles or any of these beginner things that we're supposed to be learning. Okay, so that was bad, and they should have taken here. Okay, well, I thought they might, and then I would take with my queen, and then they would drop their bishop back. But instead, they dropped their bishop back first, and now I'm supposed to play queen to G4. Again, Stockfish wanting the queen out early because there's a vulnerable pawn down here that I'm not going to take, because the bot probably would have done a Stockfish move and protected it with the king. Yeah, again, Stockfish wanting the queen out early. But F4 definitely wasn't good. Okay. And now they are supposed to take my d-pawn. Okay, and I'm supposed to take back with the queen. Okay, so we're about even here. So my next mistake wasn't until my opponent has a very small advantage. We're moving up to here. Now it looks like we're right at even, very, very close. And I should have played b3 now. Okay, I think I played b3 later when the queen was over here threatening my knight. But I should have played it now, or just taken the bishop. Or c3. Wait, why c3? Oh, and it says if I played c3, then my next move would be b3. And then I would take the bishop. So b3, taking the bishop with my knight, or c3, or queen to e2. Queen to e2 also figures in another line. Or queen to d2. Oh, that one's okay too. What did I play? I played knight to d4. Where's that? Oh, right here? Wait, that was a mistake? Okay, I remember saying I could go after that undefended pawn, and if they took, I would just take back. So why is that? Because they can play c5 now? Oh, I guess they could. And then I would just put this knight back. I probably wouldn't. If they had played c5, I think I would have taken this bishop. And then if they took back, then I could get the knight out of danger some other way. But it wasn't a very big mistake because we were at even, and then now we're at minus 0.5. That's an inaccuracy. Sorry, that's not a mistake. But it was a miss for them to take it. Okay. Now then I had some misses later on. Now I have a very slight advantage. It looks like David made a series of inaccuracies that helped me out. Okay, so I didn't go ahead by mistakes or blunders. I went ahead by a series of inaccuracies. Wow. Yeah, okay, here it was inaccurate for me to castle. Really? I should have played bishop to d2 first. It took me about 5 more moves to see that. Nope, it's changed its mind. Bishop to e3. Oh, I did eventually play that too. I played bishop to d2 and bishop to e3 eventually, but I never did play queen to c5. Oh, I did play b3 eventually, right down here. And castling's one of my better moves. Okay, well, I played almost all of those moves, just not on this turn. I played this move, and we're fine. Best move. Pointed at my rook. I should have moved it over 1. I did. Whoop, no, it's changed its mind. Should have gone up, or over 2. Those would have all been fine. F3 was the best for some reason, but that's okay. Okay, so I didn't make any bad moves during this little segment, but the bot made several. Oh, I was wrong about when I played b3, wasn't I? I played b3 to challenge the bishop. My memory's probably messed up because I also have several daily games going on at once, and I think maybe earlier today I played a blitz game on my phone where I think maybe I played b3 because the queen was challenging a knight over here. That's probably what happened here and I got messed up. But anyway, okay. So yeah, I did play bishop to e3 eventually. Where's my miss though? Wow, that series of inaccuracies got me up to +8. Wow. Okay, we're getting close to the miss. I'm just going to skip to it. This video is already over 30 minutes on my end. Oh, now we're back to +4. Wow, how bad was that inaccuracy then? Because we were at +7 a minute ago. I must have made some really less than ideal moves here, but none of them were counted as that bad because we're down to +3, and this inaccuracy here takes it to +2, but then the mistake puts it back at +4.5. If only I'll play rook a to b1 or bishop to g5. Okay, I think this is one of those turns where I hesitated quite a bit and I wasn't sure what to do. Or rook a to d1 or queen to g2. Oh, I think I ended up doing that eventually, threatening the queen trade, but or bishop to b6. Okay, I get what bishop to g5 does. It threatens the rook. And it says they would put the knight in the way to protect, to block that path. And then I would play rook a to b1. Or I could play rook a to b1 first. What is it threatening? It's threatening this. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it says if I played that, instead of getting in the way immediately, they would just move over so that when I came down to check, they could block from here. And that would be good for me. Oh, and then I would take it. Okay. What about rook a to d1? Oh, threatening the queen now? But then they would get 2 rooks for a queen. And that would be +4 for me. Yeah, it says they would take, and I would take, and they would take with check. Well, over here on d1. And then I would go up, and then they would have to run away with this rook back here someplace. And I would have a queen and a bishop, and they would have 2 rooks and a knight. I don't know how that's up +4. Yeah, okay, so I don't feel bad about this miss, no. And we're still at +2.5. It was a good idea, but what they should have done was played knight to f6 now, or rook to e8, but instead they did that. Okay, queen to a2 check was one of my better moves, or threatening the queen trade now. It was among their best moves, if not their best move to block. They should have blocked with either the queen or the rook. If they had blocked with the queen, I should have taken it. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But instead, they blocked with the rook. Queen to g2 was it was a great move. It was my absolute best move. Okay. Oh, and another miss way down here. Oh, I had a mate. Oh, I had a faster mate. Okay. Well, I miss these sometimes, so it's kind of like a puzzle. A rook to a7. Okay. And it says they would have taken the queen at that point. And then I would have taken back with my rook, and that would have been mate. But they're not forced to take back with my queen, right? I mean, they're not forced to take the queen. Let's see, if I had played this. Okay, they have 3 legal moves. They can take the queen, or they can move the rook over 1 right next to the queen, not taking it. Or they can move the king away from the rook. And so if they didn't take the queen, then I would take the rook and it would be mate. And if they did take the queen, then I would take the rook and it would be mate. Okay, so I missed a mate here, mate in 2. I also missed a mate in 4. I could have just taken the rook now. And then after they took back, I would play rook to a7. The king would be trapped on the back rank, and then I would just have to bring my other rook down. Okay, I get that. I wasn't sure, but I should have thought about that a little bit. I think maybe I was just, my brain was weary by this point, and I just decided to save the queen because I knew it'd be easier to checkmate with the queen on the board. Little did I know, I could have taken another minute and realized, yeah, I should have just taken the rook. Okay. All right. Well, again, good job to me. I'll give Ali another try before too long. Once again, hope you're all having a wonderful holiday. And if not, it'll probably get better soon. Thanks for spending your time here. I'll see you next time.